Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Bangarang, it is so good to be here tonight. Got a little bit of a head cold going on, so if you hear something, nothing's attacking me, everything's okay. Slept with the windows open last night, and the dampness got to me. So here we go. We're going to get this started. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, the all, everything, all that God is, we say thank you. We say be with us. Put a hedge of protection around each and every one here that goes and comes. Only light, things that are of you, messages that are of you are the only things that are allowed through. Keep our angels close, our guides close, and let us open and hear and listen and be aware in all things. So mote it be. Wow. Okay, everybody. Good to see everybody. Miss Donna, glad you are here. Cindy, good to see you. Glad you are here. And Donna, I see you got a question. Just saying hi to some people here real quick as everybody's coming through the door. See what's going on. Yep, a lot of people coming in. Miss Deborah. Wow, the tribe is coming in force, and that's what I like to see. So, while we're here, let's go ahead and get this party started. I see some of you have already started asking questions. All right, so Donna, we're going to go here with you first. Reverend Rob, may I have a message from Spirit for this coming week? Thank you. You absolutely can. I will be using the Colette Baron Reed Good Tarot deck tonight. That's where I'm going to start with. Lord knows that's where I'll finish up. Okay, but that's where I'm at. You know what? I'm really being told to tell everybody here, thank you. That we love you. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you allowing us, me and Gillian and other people that I bring in to be part of your week, be part of your becoming, be part of helping you go through some things or whatnot and search it. That's a lot of trust. And I want to say thank you. It is appreciated. So Donna is asking. All right. She wants a message for the week. Here we go. Donna, let me bring this up. Boom. All right. We're going to cut the deck. Donna, right out of the deck, I have the Four of Earth. All right, so 4 Pentacles, 4 of Earth, being solid, building a good, solid foundation. It might be a little time to be a little selfish. Think of yourself, care for yourself. Look at building something strong in this world for you. I know it's hard. You want to take care of other people, things like this all the time. But there are times we need to care for ourselves and build our foundation so we can help other people. And I'm getting that very strongly. The Queen of Air, she is saying for you coming up, okay? So when we look at the context of the question, what's coming up for this coming week? Be careful with your money, all right? Somebody may ask, it might be a child, might be somebody or whatnot, investment, things like that. Watch over your resources, okay? And what I'm really getting is it's okay to say no. The Queen of Air is talking about it's time in whatever situation that you have that's coming up to use wisdom and not emotion. Take care of you. Take care of that inner peace, that inner person that is you and yours right there in that. There's nothing wrong with taking care of ourselves before we take care of other people. Finally, we have the Strength card. In whatever this is coming, when you say no, when you are looking at how to do it, it may take courage to say no, okay? Or it may take strength to not just bark no, okay? So this is one of those things where you have some things coming up. You're going to have to be delicate in how you handle it because other things are going to happen. You don't want to just put your foot down. But I want you to be very careful with your finances. I want you to take care, get a mental block, get the emotions out of it on taking care of you and yours. And remember, sometimes it takes a lot of strength to say no. to tell other people no. Okay. I want you to remember this week as you're coming up, be careful with your words. You might need to be harsh, and it might be time to let the lion loose. But use this brain, use this part, know what's going on. Don't speak out of emotion. That's what I have for you tonight. Wow, bang right. Okay, there we go. Let's see what's happening. Donna, that's pretty solid advice. And what I'm really picking up is this might be for other people that are out there as well. I had this discussion today with somebody else that sometimes readings carry through for other people that are listening. So that might be one of the things we need to do. So peace, what's coming new for me in the coming days. Okay, what's coming new? Peace wants to know what's coming new in the near future. All right. I'm seeing an opportunity, and you need to be aware, okay, and be mindful of what's going on around you. Stay present, find out what's going. You don't want to miss this opportunity, okay? Remember, nothing is written in stone. So you don't want to things change, things happen. Something about this opportunity may change, but be aware of what's going on. I've got the 9 of earth. Again, being able to manifest something in the real world is very strong in what's coming up this week. What we're saying is the ace of water. Now, this is learning about your emotions. A whole new situation, emotional situation may arise. This might come as a surprise to you of whatever's coming, that you're going to be able to manifest things or whatnot. Be strong. Use your emotions, but use them wisely, and understand this could be an onset of something all new, a whole new ride for you in what I see that's coming. So, make sure you understand that this could be a new door that's opening that might mean your happiness. We have the world out there, okay? This is the world for you. And look at here. Maybe something's fixing to unlock. So peace, I want you to be very cognizant of what's happening around you. I want you to get up in the mornings, do your 20-minute, just being quiet, that 20-minute challenge. Get up, take a shower, get ready, do things, but then sit and be still. It's going to be very incumbent on you to listen to spirit this week, all right? Because the 10 of air is saying it's going to be able to put some burden down that you have been carrying, and you're going to be able to let that go and start over. So bang, that's exactly what I have for you of what's coming up. So, man, make sure you stay in touch this week. Love to hear what's going on and keeping all of us posted. Wow. Bang. That's good news, Peace. Things are happening. Cindy. All right. My Miss Cindy, my hubby had a great follow-up today. Yes. He doesn't have to go back for 6 months. It's scary at first with what happened. Once you get used to it, everything else, it's just there, a little wake-up call, mindfulness, reminder of, okay, you played with your health for a long time. We kind of threw caution to the wind. And things ringing the bell going, we ain't spring chickens anymore. So that's very cool. All right. We're going to give thanks for that right now. And everybody, we need to remember giving thanks is massive towards being happy. Remember what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to help people find their way, find their magic, and be happy. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, that divine feminine goddess, universe, the all. You know what? Cindy got some great news today. Her husband got some great news today. And we just want to take a moment and say thank you. We want to say thank you for sending her angels. I know I had requested Raphael to have a very huge present. Well, I didn't request it. I demanded it. And you did it. And this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Keep that healing spirit going. But as we tell people all times, everything comes, happiness starts in the seed of gratitude and being thankful. For Cindy, thank you very much. We appreciate it. So does she. Wow. Bangerang. That's awesome, Cindy. That's fantastic. Juliana. All right. Today, I tried to explain to my mom that I fear her and how I really feel. And she got very mad at me and said that I was just being petty and trying to manipulate her. I want to know how to deal with it. Well, that's a very good question. And nobody can really mess us up like family. All right. Somebody very close, somebody very people that we love, things like that. So, Juliana, one of the things to do, I'm telling you right now, okay, if you're still living with her, there is still a need, and I don't think you're not, but I think there's still a need for respect. And some of this is going to be, you're going to have to deal with her personality or whatnot out of respect, all right? And not expect people to change for you. How are you going to handle it? Can you start buffering when you see things that are happening and things that are going on? Now, I don't know enough about what's going on. When we say you fear her, are we talking about physical fear? Are we talking about being emotionally browbeaten? What is that? Because I know with young people, they go through this a lot anyways. It's part of the thing of stepping up and finding out as we growing up and making our own independence. So let's take a look here and find out what's going on. I'm going to ask Spirit, all right, to give Juliana, she wants to know, and I'd love to do a more in-depth reading with you on this. I'd love to talk to you more because this is going to get very personal, and trying to do this very quickly to make sure I can catch up with other people and things like that might do it an injustice. But remember, everybody, you can hit down below for all my links, everything. Books by Gillian on manifesting, the tarot books from me, all the different things, how you can book an appointment, even purchase your tickets if you want to come up and go to the Off Cabot show on August 3rd. So everything's there. There's a ton of resources in my link tree down there. So check that out, see what you've got, see if something helps. And if you need my help, reach out to me, tarotwithanAttitude@gmail.com. All right. If you're having problems, we can work something out. All right. Let me know. All right. So here we go. Juliana, I'm going to do these 3 cards right out of the gate so I can see what's going. I want to get a whole message here. All right. So we have the 9 of Earth, the King of Water, the 8 of Earth. All right. And we have the 9 of Water. So we've got water and earth. Doesn't that sound fitting? We have emotions and what's going on in the house at home, that type of thing. The 9 of Earth is saying it is time. And one of the things to remember, you do have to respect the fact that if you're living with them, and I don't know if you're living with them or not, all right, but I feel like you might still be, you have to remember there's a roof over your head, things are happening, and it's because we have a very solid, strong female figure here. Now, I don't know. I'm also picking up that mom may have gone through some stuff in her past to get to where she's at. The King of Water, the emotions. Understand it's time to get a hold of your emotions. Be in charge of them. Understand what's going on. Do you know a past trauma that your mama may have gone through, that she may have sat down and said, this is the way I am in, and why people are the way they are? People will not always change for us, even parents. And a lot of times, most of the times, parents won't. There's a reason they are the way they are. It may not make them right, okay? And I'm seeing that there might have been something to do with her father. I'm not real sure, but it was a very emotional state. Now, the 8 of Earth is telling you it's time to learn, okay, and to look at things from a different aspect with your mother in that home and a way to play music together, okay? What I'm really picking up here is this 9 of Water. If y'all can work together and learn about your mom, learn about her past, why is she the way she is, things like that, you will be able to manifest all new feelings with her, okay? But I want you to see something here. Very strong feminine presence. Very strong feminine presence. Very masculine presence here under emotions, okay? And the 8 of Earth is about learning. It's about understanding. It's about looking, slowing down, checking the details. You have a bush it was growing at one point and now it's not growing. Okay. You need to take time to cultivate this and find out what's going on in that garden and what you can do or what needs to happen. There's a lot more to this. I would love to be able to take more time with you on this. So again, hook up with me. Let's go. Because I feel like there's both sides. Okay. That there is something here on both sides. And you are right now in a position where you need to be like, okay, get control of your emotions. All right. Make sure that don't try to stir things up, because a lot of times you might be putting mom on the defensive. Let me tell you something. When people have a heavy emotional battle going on in their head that other people don't know about, then we wonder, why are they getting so touchy? Why are they getting emotional? Because there might be a hidden secret that you're not aware of. Okay. And I really feel this may play a part in what's going on. So what I would do is take some time, let the dust settle from this last context. One of the things I'm getting in the 8, I just got told very heavily, remember, it ain't all about you. Okay. It's not about you. And you know what? In almost every spiritual text, you will find it's not up to a parent to be your best friend. They're to lead you, they're to guide you, they're to make you stronger. Okay. Now, again, it doesn't mean their ways are right. Doesn't mean their ways don't hurt. Okay. But I am seeing that you can manifest something beautiful here. But I also am seeing that this is her home. There is something going on here with a very strong male figure. Okay. That may have done some damage in the past. But this is also about being in control of the emotions. It's very, very adamant that we're mixing emotions here with the real world. And that's becoming the problem. Get the emotions under control and come back and look at it. Pay attention to the details. Listen. Find out what's going on. But listen and learn right now. Once you learn what's going on in the past, why this is happening, you'll be able to flop this on a dime. Okay. So, wow. Bangerang. Okay. Let me see what's happening here. Let me bring this down. All right. Gillian, as I said before, if you would, awesome. You are on it. Thank you very much. So, let me get up here to Britt first. May I have a general from Spirit, please? And thank you. Absolutely. Let's see what's going on. Everybody, while I'm doing this, I'm breaking the cards up so they come out in different spots. So if they do show up together, Spirit, you know it was Spirit intending them to come out together in a message, not me just sticking all the cards back in and not shuffling real good. Okay. It's very important that we understand, and Spirit just hit me with a message. I was going to go someplace else. We need to stop thinking everything has to spin on a dime around us. It does not. And it's how we deal with people in our life, how we deal with these ongoing situations, how we handle that is what's going to take us to the next level. And it will help you with your happiness. All right. Britt, may I have a general from Spirit, please? And thank you. Absolutely. Let's see what's going on here. Britt, welcome. Bangerang. Glad you're here. Everybody, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Ring the bell. Do me a favor. Go back and share this video. It helps immensely. All right, Britt, let's see what we've got here for you. Britt's wanting a general message from Spirit. Please and thank you. I'm going to do it this way. Was told to cut it again. Need to concentrate on you a little bit more. Britt, we have patience. In other decks, this would be called temperance. 1 and 4. 1, the individual. 4, there we are, back to that base. Everything's solid. But 1 and 4 becomes a 5. When I look at a 5, we are talking about conflict, that it can be very easy to start getting nitpicky. My life number is a 5. Okay. And I'm very emotional. I get into things. I want to make things happen. But 5s are also extremely creative. So have patience with whatever situation you have going, because you're either going to blow it up and make it harder to deal with, or you're going to create something beautiful out of it. I've got that. Here we are with the 9 of Earth again. This is an opportunity to make something happen in the real world for you. Okay. This is an opportunity to build. You've been wanting to move on some things or whatnot. If you're trying to go too fast, just chill out for a little bit. Be patient. Let some things unwind. And patience, man, you're talking to the king of impatient. All right. But once you learn it, wow, it becomes a huge thing. So I want you to be very patient. Something you've been working on is very apt to be coming through, but you have to be patient and know balance in everything. We have the 6 of fire. Wow, this confirms a victory. This confirms a breakthrough in whatever this situation is. If you will be patient, allow spirit and you to work through this thing and let things take the time they need to come through, you're going to be able to declare victory over it. Your battle's not done, okay? But this big step of getting through is there. That 6 of fire, man, that's in your heart. That's here. This is going to be something that's going to light you on fire. And that's what I see for you coming here. So just be patient. Remember, anything to excess is not a good thing. Anything, okay, to excess is a bad thing. So here we go. All right, let me get back over here. See what's happening here. Bring these back over here. And we're going to get to Andrew. All right, Andrew. What does spirit need me to know this week? Andrew, great question. What is the one thing, and all of a sudden I'm being told to go to a different deck. All right, and I'm being pulled, believe it or not, into a chakra insight oracle deck. Let's take a look here and find out. This may take me a minute. The colors are a little different on the computer. So let's find out what's going on. But Spirit, you have compelled me to grab this Insight Oracle deck. We're going to take a look. And Andrew wants to know what you need him to know this week. And here we go. This is going to be very important. All right. Let's find out. All right, here we go. Finding that right button to push and find out what's happening. Okay. Andrew. So the first thing we have out of the deck is creativity. You know, I'm going to bring something up here because, again, like I said, these colors are a little off and I have a little color cheat thing here. So what we're looking at here is in communication. Creativity, imagination, expression, originality, and passion. This is all about in your throat. I want you to be very careful this week about how you're making something happen and the vocalization you're using towards people to make that happen. This is very heavily into your throat chakra, and you need to understand that. This is all dependent on communication. You are able to win a battle. You are able to bring it out. But one of the things is no hints. Think, use your brain, stop and think about what's going on. Remember, the throat chakra connected to that third eye chakra, connected to the crown chakra. This is about bringing it through. If you have an idea that's an original idea, you need to express it, but make sure you're doing so in a passionate but very plain and easily talked manner. You know, we have the base chakra. I am. Remember who you are. Remember your feelings on things. Remember your base instinct and gut. And this is saying, so we need to concentrate on how you're communicating with people so they make sure they're getting to the real you, that base chakra, what's happening, where you're at. Finally, what I'm getting is, okay, and again, in that, we have something to do with family, okay? We have to be very careful, okay? Belonging, community, culture, tribe, all right? This is going to have to do with somebody very close, and we can either be very curt, very drawn to the point or whatnot, but I'm urging you, take some time. When some things come up, trust me, we build up habits of reacting rather than responding. When somebody says something, no, boom, that goes against, stop. Hear them out. Rather than just declaring no, a lot of times we cause a friction. We call it, they don't want to listen to us because they think we're being stubborn and we think they're being stupid, okay, or idiots. What I want you to do is stop in the way you say no and say, no, wait a minute. Let's talk about this for a minute. Make sure you know where they're coming from. If they see you coming from a place of actually caring, all right, knowing who your true fire and who your true self is, and that you're treating them with the same respect as family, our family, with the same respect you want to be treated, you'll be able to make things grow, okay, and not be chopping something off at the knees, okay? Life will go a lot easier. That's what I have for you. Wow, banger. That's really cool. Thank you, Spirit. All right, glad I listened to moving the deck around. I think we might be using this deck a little more. I don't know. Once Spirit starts doing this, everything I kind of get like, okay, where am I going next? All right, let's see what's going on. Let me see. Where are we at? Okay. Sikamassus. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, so forgive me if I'm not. Hi, how are you, spiritual worker? My question, what my spirit time want to say about my aura right now, or whatever they want to say. Okay, about your aura. Let's take a look. And I am going to, boy, if I was over there, I would grab something. Here we go. All right. I'm going to pull some different cards. Okay. And we're going to do this. I'm being told to do this in a different way. You might get a reading from 2 or 3 decks. We're going to go with 2 decks right now, is what I'm being told. So the first, all right, is your aura, whatever they want to say about your aura. Remember, your aura is who you are, what you're doing. This is you producing your aura, okay? It's not you just have an aura, okay? It's our energy that's coming off of us and whatnot. So if you're producing an aura, you need to know that you have direct effect on producing that aura, the color, what it's putting off, and the energy that it has. So the first card from the Archangel Tarot deck is the 9 of Raphael. We are seeing love. Make a wish. Dreams become reality. I want you to get excited, okay? But remember, this is about understanding that you can unleash some things you want through love. You need to have that green aura energy. You need these to be coming and to understand what's happening, okay, around you. Whatever you're building, whatever you're doing, there's something to do with loyalty here, all right? You need to stay in that place of love. And when you get angry, you got to stay in the place of love. You need to be there for a little bit until Spirit tells you it's time to move on. Now, looking at the chakra deck, all right, let's see where this goes. Oh, I didn't put that up so you can see it. This is really cool. You need to see this card, okay? So the 9 of Raphael. 9 is about manifesting. Raphael is about emotions, about feelings. It's all that subconscious stuff. But Spirit is saying, make a wish, dreams become reality. But you have to stay in that place of love. Now then, here we go. What have we got here? We are back. Look, that's why this is communication. You're going to be able to create something wonderful and something good, but you have to talk. You have to open your mouth and you have to express yourself from a place of authority and a place of love. You can't wait. Don't sit back and feel like I need to wait on them. If they've walked away or whatnot, that's fine. Okay. But don't wait forever. At some point, creativity in being able to fix this issue or knowing what to move on is going to play a key role. We have an 8 here, 35, 3, creating something beautiful. 5, okay? We talked about 5 just a little bit ago. Conflict, but creation. Now, when I look at 35 and 9 would be 44. We're right back to an 8, okay? 8's about moving forward. You need to move forward. Whatever's going on, You need to move forward, but move forward with a place of love. All of a sudden, I just got hit that you might need to pull away from somebody, but do it from a place of love and not a place of anger. Be creative, understand what you're talking about, know what's happening, and you will be able to do this in the right manner where some other things can actually happen for you. Wow. Bang right. Okay. Here we go. That's really cool. All right. Any questions? Let me know and we'll see what we've got here. Stacy, is there anything I need to know? All right. Let's see what we've got here. Where am I going? Man, now I'm being pulled. All right. Going back to the Archangel Tarot deck. Let's go here. Angels are in the house. This is what we're going to do. All right. Stacy, is there anything I need to know? All right. Here we are. Let's find out. Boom. There we go. All right. So we're going to cut this deck. I'm going to go here. First thing you need to know, peace, devil. This is one of those things. This would be the devil card, okay? Or the death card in any other deck. But the Archangel Azrael is telling you there's something you're going through, okay, that you don't like, and there's something you want back, but that there's peace at the end of it. Release the past. There is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. This is very important. A lot of times we hold on to people, and I'm really getting told this is a person. We hold people into our life because it's what we want. But then we keep calling to spirit to take care of it. And spirit's like, they're not good for you. And you keep bringing somebody into our lives that's not supposed to be there. And then it winds up being problems later. Whatever the situation is, or whatever is going on, it's time for you to let it go with a peace in your heart and understand that the Archangel is there trying to tell you it's going to be for your own betterment, your own good. We have decision. There's the devil card. I knew the devil was prominent here. All right. And look at what we've got here. This is all about, I'm telling you, I feel like this is with somebody, some person, or whatnot. Decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back. The devil, a lot of times, is what we've attached to. Thank you, Spirit, for the message in advance. A need to detox unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Oh, I'll never make it without you. Oh, I got to have this. I don't want to go through. Stop it. You are powerful. You are a gift. Let your own soul breathe and let it breathe free and allow spirit and the angels to bring you things that are going to take you to your next level. You know, we have here the 9 of Gabriel. And what we're talking about here is, you know, stay determined, but move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism, that's a thing. This is the would be Pentacles. This is the Earth card, okay? But we're manifesting something into the real world. A lot of times, in order to be able to manifest something new into your life, you've got to let something go. And it's time to let whatever relationship this was go. Don't tie yourself to something you don't need to tie yourself to because it's not for your better good. Set yourself free. You know, I'm right now, all I'm hearing is an old gospel song, like a bird out of prison. He's taking flight. This is one of those things. You won't see the beauty of what's happening till you get to the other side of it. And then you'll be able to find the beauty and find out how much this is going to help you. Stacy, that's what I have for you. Wow. Banger. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Mix the cards up again a little bit. And here we go. Maria. When do you see Philippe moving? He has been looking for an apartment but haven't got it yet. Will he try to come back or how will this go? Yes, he's stalling. He's slowing some things down. Remember, there's a narcissistic behavior here and he's trying to control some different things. So, you know, will Philippe, all right, let me bring out a pendulum here. All right, we're going to go to the pendulum. Is Philippe truly trying to leave? No, you're going to have to stay on it. You're going to have to stay on. He's doing he's not putting his all into it. All right. Let's find out. Let's get some things and get some cards and see what's going on here. Because you got to stay up and man, if you can get out, you get out. That's how it's going to be. You got to be forceful. You've got to be. I want you to be safe. Have you contacted the authorities? Have you let them know what's going on so you can make some things happen? Is there a way? I don't know the laws about where you're at in evicting somebody. Is it your apartment? You know what's happening? You'll have to find out and ask the local authorities, what's your grounds? Okay. But you got to stay on top of this. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right. So, I have the King of Ariel. Your plans are working. So this is good. Things are working. Okay. Professional and financial success. Use resources wisely. So what I want you to do is think about this in the real world. Okay. Of what's going on. But he is trying to be dominant and take control of all of this situation. We got here the 10 of Ariel. It is time for this to come to an end. It's time. I do think he will be leaving soon. I will ask and find out where we're going there. And then we have the 2 of Michael. What we've got here is it will be better if you just make a decision. And I think you've made the decision. You told him, don't let him play you. All right. I would contact law enforcement and say, an attorney, whatever, both, and say, what are my options here? Okay. He needs to go. All right. And this is just getting drug out and drug out. So you need to find those out. There's nothing wrong about being strong and about taking that masculine lead in your life and knowing what the world around you, what resources you have available. The 10 of Ariel is saying there is something here that you can do to make this happen quicker. Just don't keep accepting the bullshit. Okay. 2 of Michael's about making the decision to stand strong, see what's going on, and to understand. Don't be afraid to take some type of action. So here we go. Pendulum. Nope, I'm going to bring this down. Pendulum, will you work with me tonight? All right. Thank you very much. I have a question, and I'm trying to figure out how to word this to make sure. Is this guy, Philippe, going to be moving from Maria's apartment within the next 2 months? No. No. Will this guy be moving within the next 6 months? Yes. Does Maria have to go forward and talk to somebody in authority about her rights? Now it's going in a circle. All right. What I'm getting is if you stay strong, you keep your foot down, everything else. If you start hearing lies, if you start that gut going off where you're ringing like, yeah, no, that's a BS answer, then it's time to go find out what your rights are under the law. Okay. At this point, you keep this up, keep asserting, and he will at some point move. If you can move into another bedroom or whatnot, I would strongly urge that. I'm being told that to help bring this separation to an end because he's not going to want to keep playing the game for a while. All right. Does that make sense? Let us know. Wow. Our gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, Michael, send your angels to Maria. She's in a situation. We want to make sure that she's safe. Open her eyes to the questions and the avenues of conscious thought, and so she can know the next step she needs to take in her community to make this happen. Keep her safe, keep her protected. Raphael, help her heal. Bring that in. Again, let everything come through. So mote it be. All right, Maria, there we go. Let's see what's happening. So within 6 months, is what I got. Okay. Let's see what's happening. So, general message from Spirit, please, Reverend Rob. All right. KK 1111. Love the number. General message from Spirit. Oh, man, I'm being told to stay with the angel cards. All right. Here we go. KK 1111. All right. Bring this out. KK 1111. See where we're at here. Bring this up. Find out what's going on. And KK 1111 is looking for a message from Spirit. Spirit, I'm going to take a second here. Calm my mind. Let things happen. A lot of things going on. And we're going to say thank you for this message in advance. All right, here we go. KK, the 10 of Gabrielle. Now, this is fire. This is wands. This is that understanding. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please other people. One of the things we've got going here is in the fire of your heart, you have some things you want to do, some things you want to accomplish, but you got your hand in too many places. And what I'm really picking up is you need to be able to learn to tell people no. And you're starting to feel defeated. All right. You got to put some of these burdens down so you can move forward. 10 is there to say you are at a turning point. You are able at this point to put some stuff down and start this over and get into a new vibe, a new whole situation, something where your passion lies. But it's going to be dependent upon you. Take a breath. Take a look at yourself working. Look at the butterfly we have, or the angel's wings we have in the background back here. The angels are there. You've got to start trusting other people. And when you hear things, make sure that you're when you ask Spirit, man, show me what to do. Now you got to be quiet and listen. Okay. That's going to be very, very big. We have the 4 of Michael. Wow. What a powerful 2 cards to come back to back. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek release from stress. You are going 90 miles an hour. That's what this is saying. You are going to have to intentionally take a break. The hamster wheel is going 90 miles an hour. You're probably even having problems sleeping, things like that. It's up to you to finally go, that's it, pull the plug, everybody step away. Take a weekend just for yourself and tell everybody you have to step away. All right? Get some rest, relax, and understand it is okay to take a break from other people, other things that are going in your life. There's too much going on and it's beating you up. We finally have the 7 of Ariel. And here's another card that is saying, stop and slow down. In your real world, you have invested wisely. You know what to do. You're very strong. You have gifts. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Take a break. Get rid of some heavy baggage. Lay down. Stop. Be patient. Look at what's going on. You're trying to get too many things, and I just feel like you're almost like a paddle boat with all these wheels in the water, or a rowboat with 8 people rowing, and they're all rowing in different times and sequences, so you're not able to do it, okay? Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. This is going to be very important. So you've got to get a mental grip, okay, on everything that's going on. Some of it you have brought on yourself, okay, because we put ourselves in a position where we keep going, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, and we haven't learned this. Very important word. I want everybody to follow after me. Repeat this word after me. Gillian, I think Cleve's going to be the last one. We'll go from there. We'll see what's happening. But everybody, take a moment. Repeat this word after me. No. One of the shortest words in English language and one of the hardest words to say. We've been taught we shouldn't tell no. We're supposed to help everybody. No, we're not. No, we're not. And right now, KK, you need to take care of yourself. That's what's going on. You've got to cut some change. You got to get out of this out of this whole mental battle you're in because it's not helping you. And some of it is just weighing you down way too much. Okay. Bangarang. Anybody, if y'all want to reach out to me, remember tarotwithanattitude@gmail.com. That would be where you can drop me an email at. Like I said, there are things that are going on. Check them out, find out what's happening, and see what's going on in the links and everything down below. Again, August 3rd, I will be live and in person at Off Cabot in Beverly, Massachusetts. Love to see y'all there. If you can be there, it's going to be a ball. Micaiah, how am I question? What my spirit team want to say through here for me? I just repost the question. Okay. Let's find out what's going on. What does your spirit team want you to know? Okay. Let's ask that question. Spirit, Micaiah wants to know what her spirit team wants her to know. One of the things I just got drilled with Micaiah very hard. If you would listen, you would know. They want you to start listening to the messages that they're giving you. Okay. One of the things I just picked up is really having faith in what you're hearing and trusting in yourself. Now, let's take a look here and find out what's going on, see what's happening here. All right. Micaiah. All right. 9 of Ariel. This is really cool. This is about manifesting and bringing some things in. Your dreams are going to be fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. You put in the work, a love for beautiful things in life. What they're saying is, look, you're doing the work. Be patient, but I feel like you're asking a whole bunch of questions and they're trying to give you the answer and you're not hearing it. So it's time for you to understand you're doing the right thing, okay? But listen to what they're trying to tell you. And they want you to keep moving forward on this ultimate goal that you have. You know, we have the divine guidance, 5. This would be the Hierophant in any other deck. The search for the meaning in life. Wow. Aren't we all there? Okay. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. Who do you know? Who do you trust with the same philosophical mindset that you have, the same theological mindset that you have, that believes in God the same way? What this is saying is it's not a time to invent something new, go off the rails. Follow the guidelines. Spirits are here. They are trying to talk to you. They are trying to help you, and they are putting people in your path to help you. So you need to start listening and finding out who these people are. A lot going on in your real world. King of Ariel, I am getting that an older man is there. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. So what this is saying is there's somebody that's trying to guide you in some different things, and you need to kind of listen. All right. I'm getting an older man that's very smart, somebody that's kind of down. I don't know that you want to listen to them, but this person is there to help you achieve your goals and your success. That's what I have. Okay. Wow. Bang. Okay. There we go. Woo, glad you're here. Everybody, welcome. Man, love all the new people. Glad you're here. All you have to do, just come in, tell us your question, say what you want. What I would ask is that you go on and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share. It's very important. The group is growing. We're growing leaps and bounds. And that's how you can actually help me go here. All right. Seriously, 822. Hi. Really need you to advise me as you see things, please and thank you. Okay. Well, this could be about numerous different things. So we're going to ask Spirit. This would be Spirit advising you, not me. I'm going to try not to let my thoughts come into it. We're going to pull some cards. and see what's happening, and we will go from there. All right, here we go. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Turn on the magic window. We have the page of Michael. All right. So there's something that's going on in your life right now, truthful, perceptive, analytical. And, this says blunt. Again, Michael is communication. Michael is logic. Michael is conscious thought, not subconscious, and all of this. We have wisdom coming in. There's something that you're doing, an exciting new challenge you might be facing. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts, documents very thoroughly. What this is saying is study this situation. Whatever this situation is that's going on, whether it be with a person, whether it be with a contract, whether it be with a situation with work or whatnot, you need to get passionate about reading the fine lines. Get in and knowing what you need to know. Wisdom is going to carry you through. This card always represents to me like a teenager or a young adult that has purchased a new game and they're so in depth. They want to learn. They're reading the book. They're finding out. They're not just going off willy-nilly. They're actually learning. They're looking up codes. They're looking up things, not to cheat, but so they know how this character is played. How do you need to play your character? And that's what you need to learn in this situation. Talk to Spirit. Spirit will guide you. We have the moon, all right? The moon is here to say, this is your intuition card, okay? The moon is going to highlight some key points for you, but it's not going to see everything. So the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So wherever the situation is leading you, stop, study it, know what you can know, get as many answers as you can get, but then you're going to have to trust your gut. What is your gut saying? What is the spirit telling you? What is this? You're trying to reach the goal. The moon is there. The mistress is there to say, I can't show you everything, but I can lighten your path. All right. And this is one of those things. So use that gut, use that intuition, whatever this is you're trying to do. We have the 10 of Raphael. So the 10 of Raphael, love and blessings fill your life. Is this a relationship issue? And that just doesn't mean it has to be with a romantic relationship. Could be parents, siblings, a friend, work, those type of things. Make sure that you're doing this and understand if you will learn, use your gut, you're going to be successful and everything's going to turn out okay. All right. This is what I'm seeing. All right. Know the truth. This is uncover the truth, whether you like the answer or not. This is once you know the truth, use your gut instinct. What is it telling you to do? And this is where you're going to find happiness in this situation. Let me know how that resonates with you. Okay. I would love to hear more about this situation and what's going on and find out what's shaking with this whole deal. All right. Let me see. Jennifer, good to see you. Jennifer O'Rourke, glad you were here. Reverend Rob, if time allows, could you let me know what spirit needs me to know? Thank you. Absolutely. Here we go. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Jennifer, it's good to see you, Jennifer. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. All right. Bang rang. Always good to see the members of the tribe. You want to be a member of the tribe? Just subscribe. Sign up. It's that simple. Hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell so you know we're coming. But right now I can tell you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and right now even Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30. I'm always here. Okay. Saturday, we're doing 11 o'clock, doing different shows then. Some of these shows I'm starting to combine, like somebody told me they looked at the pendulum show and we did pendulum and tarot, Bridget and I, one Saturday, and it was our Friday night, and it was really good, and they learned a lot from it. So a lot of things there. Go back, look up the old lives, things like that. But just be a member. Down below in the links, there is a tip jar. You do not have to use it. But if you want to put something in there from your heart, whatever that may be, I don't care. But it's not required to get a reading. It's not why I'm here. Okay. That was put there by request. All right. So, Jennifer, here we go. Wow, we have the star. Oh, let me get this turned on for you. We have the star. Archangel Jophiel, a dream come true. This line here is what's really getting me for you. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. There's something you might have been going through, you're trying to do, and it's time for it to come to an end. The 1 and the 7, the 1, beginnings, the individual, what's happening. 7, that observation, looking, not taking action, but bringing them together is an 8. And it talks about that's how we move forward. Okay. Forward movement. 8's about movement. It's about learning, things like that. Now, one of the things about the star, I always tell people, it's also about healing. Okay. It's about learning how to heal yourself. It's about learning how to let some things go emotionally. But most importantly, look up and realize there's always hope. We go from there to the 5 of Michael. I feel like you have been in a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. Okay. Release your attachment to the outcome. That doesn't have to be a relationship, but there's some situation where, consider taking a more uplifting approach. I call this my grief card. And grief can occur over finances, pets, people, work, these type of things where we're looking at everything that's wrong, okay, and we forget to look at what's right. We get so focused on what's wrong, we forget that we have these awesome gifts and resources that Spirit has given us. So this 5 is saying it's time to cut some of this loose and remember to turn around. There's hope, there's healing ahead of you, and you have to look ahead and stop looking back at what went wrong and what happened and start looking at what's going right. What do you have? Where are you going to go? And this, look here. At the end of that, if you follow that, we have 2 major arcana cards here. We have the Sun. Life is wonderful. Everybody repeat that with me. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Positive thinking on the back of this card. If you will look up, look to Spirit, look to God, look to the Mother, okay? Look to Raphael, the angels that are there to help you heal and to find direction, and they want to lead you through. And you will start looking at all you have to be thankful for. You will be able to move forward through this hard time, and you will be able to set the sun come up, and you're going to have so much joy, so much things are happening. It's a whole new relationship with your own life. We have 1 and 9. 1, same thing 1 did on the other card, but the 9, that manifesting. 1 and 9 becomes a 10. All right. The 10 means something's coming to an end, something's starting. It's time for this to end. But that also means the 10 becomes a 1, and the 1 means something new can start for you. So this is going to be very important for you, Jennifer. I'd love to hear more. Wow. Bang. Okay. Wow. Great cards tonight. Man, see, I'm glad Spirit had me shift gears with the deck here and kind of hit me in the head. I was looking at this deck earlier and then decided not to use it. And now here I am using it. So that's just fantastic. Plebe, good to see you. I'm tempted to ask if I'm doing anything right. Of course you are, but it's probably just Monday night blues. You know what? It happens. All right. I'm going to do this. My wife's going to go crazy. All right. My green screen on my chair is falling, so I'm just going to pull it down. I'm going to say, yes, I'm sitting in a chair. I'm not floating in the audience. I think it would just be better to see that. All right. But yes. And you know what? That's the first step, is in realizing it. So are you doing anything right? This gets back to that grief card I was just talking about. Stop. Think about it. Are you doing anything right? Tell me something that you did right today. You don't have to put it in here, but I want you to write it down. What did you do right? You know what? You clicked in here. You look to be around people that are going to lift you up. Heavenly Father, Mother, Michael, yes, Raphael, you as well. Go to this person, go to them, fly to them. Every now and then we all get hit. We all feel down. And there's something around this person that is making them feel they are less than who they are. They are power. We are to be conquerors in your name, in his name, in the mother's name. We are to remember we are power. You are a made of spirit human being. You have the Spirit of God living within you. Your power is there. The energy and magic of the earth is there. Put this behind you. So mote it be. Let's make that happen. So, Cleve. All right. Cleve's asking the question. And I'm going to ask it just the way he asked it. Is he doing anything right? Is this a case of the wallowing in self-pity? No, it's not. So something went wrong. All right. What went wrong, buddy? If you want to pop it in there real quick, let me know. Gillian will get it up there. Sometimes we feel like we can't get out of our own way. So the question is, what does Cleve need to know about this situation? Okay. Yeah, you might have made some mistakes. Are you able to forgive yourself for it? You able to forgive yourself to other people? If you ask for forgiveness if you needed that, you can do things right. But we're not flawless. We're going to make mistakes. That's why we're here. Mistakes are a chance to learn. Okay. Now, don't live in that mistake. All right. So, Cleve, let's find out. What does Cleve need to know about this whole funk that Cleve is in right now and what's going on? So, here we go. Let's ask. All right. Whoa, Tenor Raphael right out of the gate again. All this bad crap, it happens and things are going to start over. Relax. Things are going to get better for you. Things do happen. This little deal of whatever you're going through, you're going to be able to bring something good out of it, and things are going to come to an end, and you're going to be able to start completely over. The Chariot. There's something you need to remain focused on and stop letting other things sidetrack you from the focus of where you need to be headed. Determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. Other people are saying, you're worth it. You're worthy. All right. Don't discount them. That's not fair. Okay. You're good. We all get knocked down. Now you just got to make the choice to get back up. All right. Shake it off and move forward. We have the Empress. You can create anything you want. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. All right. Moping, wallowing in self-pity. Tell me any time that has been rewarded. It does not happen. I'll say it here. I comforted a newborn patient when their family wasn't there. I don't know if I'm making any difference now, but I hope so. You know what? No, you are. I can relate to that one. My wife's, I know she's going to be like, she remembers this. When I first started in social work, one of my first gigs, okay, was being hired by a health department to work with pregnant mothers who were addicts. All right. Over and over and over, these women would come through the door. Okay. These women would absolutely come through the door. And you're like, holy crap, the state's taking this child the minute it's born, everything else. And you're like, you're trying, you're really working, you're doing it. And sometimes you can just see the I don't care flashing in their eyes. And it was literally probably the night before this happened. I'd been there quite some time. All right. And I need everybody to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this. Okay. When we think we're not making a difference, and when you think when things are not rocking and rolling and going your way, okay, I'm sitting there actually thinking about changing everything, doing this something different. And next thing I know, this beautiful young lady knocks on my door, absolutely stunning, holding a baby. And I'm like, hi, can I help you? And I was like, okay, she doesn't belong with me. She's got it going on. Everything's good, the baby. She's like, I wanted to show you this baby. And I'm like, okay. And this literally happened, everybody. All right. And she stayed in close touch with me for several years. All right. And she put this baby in my arms. And she looked at me. She said, you don't remember me, do you? I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't. I got her into a shelter where she could have the baby, have a home, and work. She took every resource we had and worked it hard, got custody back of her child. I had to look up her old picture from when she came to me. When you don't think you're making a difference, you are. Spirit will not let a genuine, heartfelt love and effort go. You may never know it, but we're not doing it for a reward. We're doing it because we care. That love you gave to that child at that moment, you don't know what that meant. Okay? But you gave that from a place trying to comfort, heal, love, and you put yourself out there. That is not wasted effort, ever. So if you ever need to talk to me about that kind of stuff with whatever you're doing, whatever healthcare you're in or whatnot, I'll be glad to talk to you. Because let me tell you something, it only takes one time to change your life. And we're working with troubled population, people with different issues, okay? There aren't going to be a lot of victories. But what you're doing is working to show them things can change. And you're trying, it's kind of like throwing bread or something out into the water, okay? Somebody will take it. All right. You may never know it. That's why I tell people I do the challenge. Just go out tomorrow, do something, and be freaking nice. Walk up to a stranger. And my wife will tell you, I do this constantly. Okay. Because you never know how making somebody smile or acknowledging their presence may have actually saved somebody's life because you didn't know the turmoil they were in. If we are healers, if we are light workers, if we are shadow workers, it is incumbent upon us to walk up to somebody and say, from a place of sincerity, hey, I want to let you know, your smile lights up the room. And I will do that with my wife present. I'll say, hey, just so you know, I'm not being creepy. Here's my wife right here. But you need to know, all right, you're absolutely stunning. All right. I love to hear you laugh. It just made my heart feel happy. And leave. You don't know who at that point you have literally saved their life and have working in a mental hospital for a long time. And I know what some of you are saying should have been there. It's one of those things, though. You don't know. One kind word, one act of love, one act of just going, you know what? I'm going to put myself out there and make somebody smile. Yeah, you did good. And you're constantly doing good. All right. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, again, we ask that you just keep the light shining on everybody in this room. Let them see that they have a light to give. They have love to give, that they have joy. However they worship you, that is up to them. But we want to know that we're putting out positive energy, positive light, that the choice to be happy is not always an easy one, but the choice to make other people happy can be one of the most beautiful things we ever do in our life. Guide and direct, have everybody here, mother, all, everybody, the divine goddess, universe, wrap your arms of protection around everybody and make sure everybody has a great and wonderful evening. So mote it be. So, wow, with all that being said, take what you want, leave what you don't. It's okay. Okay. But leave having experienced a little peace, love, and light. Bang around.